Welcome back to NewOrleans.Football presented by PJ's Coffee, where we're going to break down today's 34-10 loss to the Los Angeles Rams. There's not a lot of good in this one. It's going to be a grind. It's a grind, man. Watching that game was a grind. These shows are going to be grinds, but we're going to break it all down. We're going to tell you about Tyler Shough, what we thought of that, and just kind of go over where we think the team exists. It's not good. It's not a good place to be right now, but we'll see if the team can fight it out and figure it out in the back half of the season. But I think today was without a doubt the low point of the season. And of course, we're coming to you from the Oshner Andrews Institute podcast studio. And if you're looking for a new car, make sure you hit up my guy, Matt Bowers. He's got locations all over the place. He'll get you the best prices, the best customer care, everything you need to have the best car buying experience. And if you want to celebrate your fandom beyond the field, Keesler Federal is proud to be the official credit union sponsor of the New Orleans Saints. They're a not-for-profit organization, meaning their members always come first. You can enjoy lower fees, better rates, and everything else Saints fans need to help you get one step closer to living your dreams. All right. Well, we got this one to break down. Going to be a tough one to get through. I think it was the toughest one to sit through throughout the whole entire season. And that brings us into our first topic presented by the Mortgage Bros. That's mortgagebros.money. Tell them NOF sent you $500 off your closing costs. If you're going to buy a house, you might as well save some money in the process. Hideous game. Absolutely hideous game. The Saints possessed the ball for 16 minutes and 7 seconds. That is the 13th lowest time of possession in NFL history. And I know this because my guy Wesley sent me the stats. He researched this for us. Lowest ever, Browns, 12 minutes and 11 seconds. That came September 12th, 1999. And the Saints are at 13th at 16:07. I mean, we got games on here from 1994, the Lions, 1548 in 1994. That was 10th. Like, this is awful. This is the worst time of possession. Let me look here on the list. The last one was in 2009, 2011, Arizona, 1544. I mean, modern era football, the way teams are playing, throwing the ball, all that stuff. And I guess it's transitioned back a little bit more towards a run game right now, but modern era football, this is the most inept performance of the last 14 years. I mean, it's bad, man. Like, it feels like the Saints are playing themselves as much as they're playing their opponents, and it's a rebuild. Yep, get it, totally get it. It's supposed to look bad. They're supposed to lose, but it feels like it's going backwards right now. Maybe it's supposed to. They're playing the Rams. They got Tyler Shough in there for his first game. Don't think it was Shough's fault. We're going to talk about that. But, I mean, this is awful. And right now, I don't know what you're hanging your hat on. I mean, third down efficiency. The Saints allowed them to convert 7. They only picked up 2. Fourth down efficiency. The Saints didn't convert 2. They allowed 2. They fumbled the ball again. It's just on it goes. And this is a very bad football team, and they're playing bad. And I don't know that they're doing anything good right now. And it feels like it's going backwards. If you ask me what's working, I don't know. I don't know right now. I don't know what's working for this team. I don't know what the positivity comes from. I don't know what you're looking at right now to hang your hat on. Chase Young's playing well. There's one. That's good. But offensively, who are the Saints? What's their identity? Who knows? I mean, there's zero identity with this team right now. It was, I guess, go out this week. It was try to run a series with Taysom or something. I don't know. That didn't work. And then, you know, the best plays that Shough made came at the end of the first half, and he was improvising some of them. That wasn't even like well-designed stuff. They don't run the ball well. They aren't throwing it well. They don't play good defense. Like, what is this team's identity right now? And I don't know, maybe they're not supposed to have them because they don't have a lot of players and you got to rebuild it and all that stuff. But, like, man, I'm frustrated watching this right now. Like, you know, there were games that are watchable and it's fun. I'm probably being a prisoner of the moment. I'll own that, but this is a bad game. This was hard to sit through. It stunk, and like watching a good team go against a team with no identity was frustrating. Like, the Rams have reinvented themselves so many times. Like, now they're a 13 personnel team, heavy sets, and they're doing stuff out of that. And boy, like, it's deadly. They run the ball well. They design stuff well. They make physical plays. I don't know what the Saints do, and it sucks like not being able to answer that question right now. I don't know. I'm going to bring Mike in. We're going to talk about Tyler Shough and kind of see what that means and what we thought of that performance. I didn't think it was all bad there. So like that might be one thing to look at. Definitely not sure what it was though. But let's bring in Trip right now. We'll talk about that and we'll keep talking about this game. Mike joins us from Los Angeles. All right, joined now by Mike Triplett for our next topic, presented by Shawberry Insurance, the Earhart Agency. If you're looking for Shawberry Insurance, make sure you hit up the Earhart Agency. Mike, what do you think of Tyler Shough's first performance? Like, if you had, let's real quick. Like, if you had to give it a letter grade, what are you giving it?
Well, first, do you mind, instead of doing our usual like 8 to 10 minutes, can we just do about half that today? You know, because the Saints only did about half their usual offense. Can I give you about 40 snaps worth of analysis? Is that cool?
I don't think anyone wants a whole lot more than that this week.
Yeah, it made it so weird to evaluate. You know what was funny is I did not check the running total, because I actually thought they were going to go down and score a touchdown with a minute to go. But right before he threw that interception, right before the third down pass that Juwan Johnson wasn't able to reel in, I think his passer rating was up to like 118. It was definitely 110 before that drive started. You made a great point on the live broadcast earlier where you're like, you felt like we didn't even get to see Tyler Shough play today. It felt like a preseason's worth of evaluation, and that's what it felt like. Like, I don't think he did that bad when he played. Obviously, he wasn't able to sustain drives. I didn't like the offense in general. There was a lot of running early, and now it's 2nd and 9, and running late when it was 4th and 2 or 3rd and 2 and getting stuffed, and him completing some 6-yard passes in between. So letter grade C. I mean, I don't know how I can give him too much more than that, but I'm not disheartened by it. Again, I'm stealing from you guys, but I was nodding with agreement while I was listening to the live show. It makes me want to see more.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like C minus, probably go to incomplete overall. Like, I want to see him in a more neutral setting. Like, we know how teams play at the end of a half. It's you kind of back off a little bit. You're trying not to give up the big play, and then on 3rd down, you tighten up. If you get the team to a 3rd down, try to get them off field. 4th down, you do the same. So, I mean, I think there's kind of like some taking what was given there. When a team goes up by 24 points, you're usually not playing tight coverage, and then 3rd, 4th down you are, and then you force them into a pick on 4th down. Again, 4th down, you're trying to make something happen. But like, there was no protection plan. Like, you're just under attack the whole entire time. There's this very weird drive where I guess you're having a season about evaluation. I guess, like, I think that's what they're doing, because like, again, I've pointed it out a million times and I think they were right to do it, but like, you're waiting out the kicker to see if he can hit field goals. And it's like, okay, cool. We miss some field goals and lose a game. No big deal. It's about having the best players on the field. And, you know, all of a sudden now Taysom Hill's in on 1st down, 2nd down, throwing an incompletion, and you're asking your rookie quarterback to bail you out on 3rd down. Like, is the season about doing everything you can to win this game and have the sneak attack Taysom package? And like, are you trying to build your identity around an old player, 34 years old, I think he is, like, that's probably not going to be here beyond the season? Or is it like about the same thing that leads you to stick with Blake Grupe, and you want to find out what Shough can do, and you want to develop him, and you want to get him going, but like, he's on the sidelines watching a series, and like, I'm assuming if they had some successful plays, like, he's not getting back on the field there. So like, he's not even on the field. Like, is it a Taysom Hill plan? Is it a Tyler Shough plan? Like, what is the plan here? I don't know. I didn't like today's game. Like, I'm trying very hard not to be a prisoner of the moment today and just like go off and burn it all down and like freak out and flip out. But I think this is like intellectually the game that I think I've struggled with the most in the last 4 years, like since Sean left. Like, I have not been more confused by a game. And it's not really about the wins or losses for me. It's about the process of getting there. I don't understand today's process, man. Like, I don't get it. Tyler Shough's best moment was a moment he created for himself by avoiding pressure and hitting Chris Olave on a pass. Like, what's going on here to help him? Like, I guess you don't have Kendrick Miller available, so like, you're trying to go to Taysom and get some run plays going, but like, they handed off to him once. Like, I just don't I just don't understand like plays in Tyler Shough's debut start where it felt like the plan was to have the sneak attack drive with Taysom Hill and Tyler Shough watching it. Like, I just don't like it doesn't align. Like, if it's all about winning, then be all about winning in every decision. Like, I just want everything to like when I sit down and think about it, it's like this is why all this is happening. I'm really confused today.
My answer to the Taysom question, though, and I was having this conversation with someone in the elevator on the way down, is very similar to when people were mad when they took the ball out of Drew Brees' hands to give it to Taysom. I always think Taysom plays are run plays. The Taysom game is a run game, and I think we're seeing a desperate coach who cannot figure out how to generate a run game. They didn't come into this day with Taysom as the game plan, but they went 3 and out.
Hold on, let me interrupt.
Well, hold on, let me finish. That's
not the point I was making.
They went 3 and out, and I think at that point of the game they were like, can we maybe sustain a drive and give this a chance? Because
but that's a different point though. Like I understand, like I understand the play. I'm not arguing with the logic of the play. Like I just said, Kendra Miller's not out there. I argue with the canopy that you're creating over the season. Where is it about A or is it about B? Like if you're willing to sacrifice winning, then taking Tyler Shough literally off the field in his first start is not developing Tyler Shough. You aren't helping Tyler Shough there. You're having a drive without him. You didn't invite him to the party. Is this his party or not? Like, are you trying to win games? Because if you're trying to win every game, then like, why were you willing to miss field goals for 5 weeks in a row? Like, why weren't you trying to help Spencer Rattler get points on the board and put him in more advantageous situations? Like, why was it okay there? But like over here, you're doing this. Like, I just want everything they're doing to fit into one piece. I've always understood the Taysom plays. I've never had a problem really with the Taysom plays at all. I have a problem with the idea of it in this season of like, how does this all fit together into one picture? That's my problem with it. It's not that I don't get the logic of like, okay, you're going to go down to school, but like, this is Tyler Shough's game and he's not playing. Like, so what do you like? What is it all painting towards? Like, what all are you trying to do here? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't add up.
No, I again, like I said, I mean, I think after 5 drives of going nowhere, he decided he had to try something different because Tyler Shough being on the field with no run game was not doing any favors for this offense either. I mean, it was just disgusting offense all day. So the one time that he finally had some success was the 2-minute drill at the end of the first half, and then hurry up mode again later in the game. I mean, maybe they should just try that. And the way he's getting so desperate and kind of drawing up new ideas week by week, it feels like maybe they'll come and try to do no huddle from the beginning of the game next week. But yeah, you're absolutely. I mean, I'm not defending it. I'm trying to get in his head, but he's obviously a coach who's run out of answers, and he's throwing a lot at the wall right now.
I would argue those plays put his quarterback in a horrible position. He's trying to throw on 3rd and 9, and that pass should have gotten picked off, and you just walked him into that situation. Obviously, he's got to see it better, but like I don't understand. Like I'm just very confused by it. But look, I think the little bit of Shough that we saw was okay. I don't think we can really evaluate it. I wouldn't be surprised if the next time we see him, like it looks worse. I wouldn't be surprised if it looks better. Like I have no idea what to expect. I thought that there was some stuff where you saw a little bit of that panicking that we've seen at times. And there was one late in the game where he almost panicked into it and then like was like, wait, and tried to make a pass, still threw it out of bounds. Overall, I thought, I don't know, like it kind of looked exactly in the little moments that we saw. I thought he looked how we probably expected him to look, a little bit more aggressive down the field. I don't think he throws a great deep ball, but like that's to be determined. I think he can be serviceable.
Take on that deep ball to Shaheed when you watch film study. I heard you say live you thought it was a little flat. Watching it from 6 stories above, and seeing it develop, I thought it was similar to last week where Shaheed seemed to be looking for something else. Shaheed slowed down, let the defender catch up to him, and then restarted. And it felt like it was placed okay, but maybe it was too much of a line drive. But obviously those two aren't on the same page on that. I will say another best moment of his that I thought he explained after the game, the TD pass to Juwan. He was actually his 3rd read on that pass. He said it was supposed to go to Devon Vele. Remember him? And Vele got double teamed, and he said he got to his 3rd progression on it. Juwan made a play. So cool to see that he was able to do that as we're parsing positive moments from the game. He explained the interception on 4th down. That was supposed to go to Olave. It wasn't there. He saw Taysom for a minute, lost him, and then decided I just have to get rid of this ball because it's fourth down and it's got to go up in the air. So at least you understand what he was thinking on the interception. But again, just too little to evaluate, and not even enough real football situations. As much as I like how he looked in the 2-minute drive, as much as I liked how he's looked now at times 2 weeks in a row, playing in no huddle catch-up mode, hurry-up mode, or whatever you want to call it. Those aren't real football situations. I want a real evaluation of this guy, and I still don't think we've gotten it.
Yeah, the deep ball last week, I thought he just overthrew him. He just missed last week. I thought it was kind of the same thing here. He kind of puts like a little bit of unnecessary movement, like I think at the beginning of his routes, but like that shouldn't have affected this. We'll see it though, like when it comes out. The pick didn't even bother. Like it looked to me like he was going to take a sack or try to throw the ball. Like he tried to throw the ball. Like it's 4th and 4. I don't know. Rattler had one of those in camp where it was just kind of the same thing. It was like, oh, well, it's 4th down. Like you're just trying to throw whatever. It's crazy we even got to say stuff like that. But like, that's how we covered that one. It felt like this one was the same way. We'll see where it goes from here though. I don't know. Like I just want to see him in a more neutral game. And I just kind of wish it just feels like I don't know what the Saints are right now. I don't know what they're trying to be. I don't know who they want to be. I feel more lost than ever trying to figure out what their identity is after this game. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit more clear, like, oh, this is a quarterback they drafted. Maybe everything they're doing was, and I don't know, maybe playing against the Rams isn't where you want this to go. Maybe it isn't the best time to unveil it. But I mean, I guess that was kind of always the reason we thought, wow, what the hell? They're going to start him against the Rams in his first game. And that didn't seem like a good idea either. So I don't know, man. Moving on to our next topic presented by Bobby Hebert's Cajun Cannon Restaurant. Kind of got like a little stretch of games coming up here where theoretically it should get better. Like, what do you need to see? And I don't know. I guess the Panthers are playing good now. The Falcons aren't going to be a cupcake. The Bucs are a tough game. What is the back half of the season to create like some level of like optimism going forward? Because this feels like the end of the first act. Like, what's it need to be in the second act? At one point, like I felt encouraged and I felt like they were elevating, and then it just feels like it's gone backwards the last few weeks. And like I'm really discouraged about like the future right now. And again, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, so I'm saying that, and I might walk it back in a week. But as we sit here today, I think it's hard not to feel like a little bit concerned about maybe how things are playing out right now.
Yeah, no question. And it's so hard to try to describe what you see in terms of effort and energy when a team's just getting beat that bad by a better opponent. But this is the first time they looked sort of like defeated and dispirited and stuff like that. They had held on to their fight surprisingly well, despite all the loss. Despite their 1-7 start, 1-8 felt like a team that was just getting its teeth kicked in. And I mean, they were losing on the offensive line. They weren't tackling well enough on defense. They were out physicaled. A couple of their biggest plays of the game were the other team beating them too badly and face masking them and getting when Byron Young got past Tali Fuaga so bad that he got called for roughing the passer when he hit Tyler Shough and gave them new life. It's like they just got demolished today, even more than they did at Buffalo, like almost even more than they did at Seattle. This was the first one that just felt like they couldn't wait to get off the field almost. And I'm not going to put that on them and say they weren't giving it their all, but it felt like 1-8 was weighing on them today. And it feels like, oh man, and there's 2 months left of this. So they're going to have to fight through something serious. They're going to need glimpses. They can't fool themselves and think that there's like a miracle win streak that can, bring playoff contention back in it. They're going to have to fight for fighting's sake. And it's going to be tough. Now, the schedule does open up. There's more competitive games. If you feel like you have a chance to win, it changes things. Maybe they won't be down by 30 in a lot of these games going forward, but I don't know what we're going to see. And the trade deadline is going to be really interesting. I don't think we're going to see wholesale trades just because I think trades are so hard to make in the NFL, but it'll be interesting to see what that does to the locker room if a couple of the guys that are best at winning games are no longer here. I'll be really interested to see if that takes place.
A couple guys go, man, like it could just really kill the mood in that locker room quick. I mean, look, it's hard to like lose by wide margins in the NFL. It really is. Like a lot of teams don't lose and get blown out. I mean, there's been a 44-13 game, 31-19, 23-3, 34-10. Like those are big numbers. Like this is probably like, I think we kind of keep making this like assumption that like, oh, well, they'll beat the Titans played the Chargers hard today. Like this really might be the worst team in the NFL. Like I think as it sits today, I think it's easily the worst team in the NFL as it sits today. Maybe the Jets, I don't know. It's looking bad right now though. And it feels like they're kind of going the wrong direction. We'll see. Trade deadline's coming up Tuesday. I mean, it could be a whole different team.
Played their first 3-4 games like they just played their last 3-4 games, everybody would have put them at 32 in their power rankings, and they wouldn't have fought their way out of it by now. It was the fight they showed against the Cardinals and the 49ers and even the Bills to an extent that gave them any respect in the first place. This last 4-week stretch has been really dark.
Yeah, I think since like maybe the element of surprise, so to speak, of like what's the team going to be? How are they going to operate? Like you had that the first 2 weeks. Kind of the same thing with Kubiak last year. You had it the first 2 weeks, and I think he was actually like designing good offense, but it just got like so blown up because nobody knew what to expect right away coming out of the gate. So like it went from like good to the greatest offense of all time for 2 weeks. Like the same thing probably happened here. Like the element of surprise, people didn't know what to study. They didn't know how the personnel was going to operate in it. There's really no way to prepare. You're kind of guessing. You're guessing wrong. And they almost snuck, 2 teams to start the season, and then people saw what they were. And since then, it's been like blowout, blowout, blowout. Giants hand them the ball 5 times, blowout. And, it's just not been good. We're going to see. Yeah, I mean, look, the locker room to this point, I think, has been happy, like literally happy. A couple guys get traded, maybe that mood changes a little bit in there too. And then that becomes a bigger challenge. And as you look at the back half of the schedule, maybe some of these games that look like achievable, I don't know. Like this one today kind of felt like a loss from last year. Like just in the sense of like, this is kind of crazy looking and like what's going on. But look, I'm excited to see Tyler Shough. So at least there's that going forward. Want to find out what he is. And guess what? Like the worst thing that comes to worst, he's not it, and you just draft a quarterback and you're going to be in position to do it. So, I mean, like, it's just better to find out. And if it's bad, just find out it's all bad. If it's good, great. I'm hoping it is, because then that means like there's not 4 more years of this. Hopefully he is the quarterback and you're jumpstarting that a little bit. We're going to hit a quick break and we'll be right back. Whether you're an athlete or just trying to stay active, Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute can help get you moving and keep you moving. You'll have access to the highest levels of specialized care, nationally renowned expertise, the latest equipment, and modern facilities, including a convenient walk-in orthopedic clinic when you need care fast. From the field to recovery, Ochsner Andrews Institute is there to help move your healing forward and get you back to what you love. Learn more at ochsner.org/ortho.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
I used a home equity loan from Keystone Federal to fix up the garage. Woo! Because living your dream means living your way. And the kids take off field.
It's not even game day.
The NewOrleans.Football show is proudly presented by PJ's Coffee. PJ's Coffee has some of the best drinks that you can find. They have locations all over the city. They have pastries and everything else you need to get your day started. So go check them out. I don't play favorites with our sponsors on the show, but one of my favorites for sure is RV Masters. You guys have been watching our show lately and you've seen our awesome new van. That thing is decked out. And the best part about it is I took it up to RB Masters and I was like, this is what I want to do, but I had no idea how I wanted to do it or how to get it done. And they took care of it from start to finish, brought me out for updates, were giving me new ideas, and they made it exceed my wildest dreams. And they will do the same thing for you. RB Masters offers full service RV, motorhome, and travel trailer repair. They have preventative maintenance and service packages for your RVs, your AC, your generators. They specialize in solar and lithium upgrades, satellite TV, and Starlink. They'll take care of you if you get into a collision. Whatever you need, they got you. And I can speak from experience because they definitely had us on our new van. I cannot vouch for anyone more than I vouch for RV Masters. RV-Masters.com. Go check them out.
I believe it, I can see it. If it's in my sights, I achieve it. Ain't no leaving, no defeating. Show up, complete and repeat it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get game ready. Play Game Ready Scratch-Offs and Fast Play from the lottery. Win up to $100,000. Enter the second chance drawing for a chance to win up to $1 million.
Yeah, they want me to quit, I can't stop it. I'm out of this world, I'm like a rocket. And you can never be us. We not afraid of the pressure, cause we good in the clutch. Yeah.
Get game ready. Play Game Ready Scratch-Offs and Fast Play from the lottery. Win up to $100,000. Enter the second chance drawing for a chance to win up to $1 million.
Shough Insurance, the Earhart Agency, is a longtime partner on this podcast, but the truth is, I was advertising them to my friends and everybody I knew long before they ever jumped on this show. And I'm going to tell you why. Every 6 months, my car insurance policy comes up, and every 6 months, I get a call from somebody from there telling me I need to change it or stay where I'm at. They're shopping my policy constantly to make sure I am getting the best possible deal. That means money in the bank. And those are the type of people you love, because look, we all live here. We all know how it is. The insurance rates are out of control. You need somebody watching your back, and they actually really do it. And I was with them before they ever asked me to be with them. So they are people that you need to be doing business with. And if you are going to look up their insurance, make sure you are looking for the Earhart Agency. Those are our guys. There's a lot of Shough insurances. The Earhart Agency is the one you want. I can speak for them. Real life, real support, real good business, real money saved. Call them up today. Shough Insurance, the Earhart Agency. Hardhide flavored whiskey, Ponchatoula strawberry, and Chilton County peaches in your favorite bars, stores, and restaurants. Hardhide Chilton County Peach Whiskey is a blend of aged wheat whiskey, light American whiskey, and fresh Chilton County peaches from Alabama's Durbin Family Farms. And Hardhide Strawberry Whiskey tells the story of a small town famous for strawberry farming. A delicious natural strawberry-infused 86-proof whiskey for whiskey lovers. Just look for the red and orange bottles in your favorite stores, bars, and restaurants. All right, welcome back to NewOrleans.Football. It is now time for the Hardhide Player of the Game, and it wasn't a robust list of candidates this week for this one, so we went back to the guy that feels like is playing the best football for the Saints over the last several weeks. Probably a little bit of a legacy aspect in handing this one out, but he did have a sack, so we went with Chase Young in this game. It felt like he rushed the passer well, felt like he was okay against the run, and look, right now, trade deadline's coming up on Tuesday. It feels like right now he's the team's best player on the team. He feels like the team's most valuable asset. He's putting it together. He's playing well. He's rushing the passer. He's affecting the game. It was kind of hard on him earlier when he was going through like the injury and stuff like that. My bad. Guy's balling. He knows he's balling. It feels good. He's playing well. Chase Young, player of the game, back-to-back weeks. See if he can make it 3 in a row next week against Carolina for 3 up, 3 down. Here's Kevin Washington. All right, it's now time for 3 up, 3 down, presented by Aaron Rose. We had Chase Young in as the player of the game, so that takes him off the board for the purposes of this conversation. Not a game with a lot of ups. We're going to be digging deep for a few of these, I think. But who pops out to you first is your first up?
Yeah, struggle bus to find the ups this week, like you just said. I went with Reed, though. I think, Staley said he's building off. He had his best game, and I think he kind of built off of it. A best game last week. I thought he kind of built on it today. He had the play that he made in on the field goal kick. I saw him make a play in coverage. He had a play made on him earlier in the game. I think it was a third down on the tight end, but he defended a pass down there. He made some plays in the box. He did some tackles. He was, pulling the guy's leg at one point. But I just, I thought he was more of an asset than not this game. So that might be my only up. We'll see.
Yeah, he had a couple moments that stood out for sure positively. Was around the ball. I think when we go through it, everybody's going to look bad trying to make tackles. So we're kind of picking out of a pile of mess here for the most part, and he kind of seemed to avoid a lot of the mess. So I'm with you on it. I'm going to go Quincy Riley on mine. It felt like he was someone who made a couple plays, broke up a pass, looked like he provided pretty solid coverage on a day where there's two monsters on the outside. Didn't feel like he really got exposed in the pass game. I did see him miss some tackles in the run game. So again, as I just said, I think as we do the calculus and count the carnage and go through the wreckage, everyone's going to have dirty hands. But I thought he popped positively in this one. And I think he's been doing that quite a bit this season. I'm actually maybe quietly encouraged about his progress so far this year.
Yeah. That's a good call out there. Especially that play he made on there where he kind of punched the ball out last minute in coverage. That was definitely a good moment for him. I don't really have anybody I would be comfortable putting in my ups, but I will say Shough did some things that I thought, like, there was a time I thought he may end up in the up. Maybe that's a good way to put it. He had the interception at the end of the game, and there's just like a couple of passes and plays, things he did under pressure at times. But I thought he had some good moments. He had some up moments. So maybe I'll put a few throws from Tyler Shough, especially some of the ones where he kind of extended the play and found something when there was nothing there. So not a up, but in a game where we don't really have many, I just want to highlight some of the good plays and throws he made.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Juwan Johnson had a drop because I thought he was going to be in there at one point. But I'll throw Shaheed and Olave in there. It felt like they took advantage of their opportunities and made some plays today. And same thing on Juwan. I want to just highlight that like he made a catch on a tip ball, and that kind of felt like something we haven't really seen this season, like from anybody. Like when it's not perfect, nobody steps up and makes a play. Again, Heon did it later on in the same game by dropping a pass, but. Tough day overall for trying to find these guys on the list. Shifting gears now to the downs. I'll just kick it off. Alvin had a fumble that was a drive killer in a moment where, look, probably selfishly, like we're sitting here like, man, really want to see what Shough can do, but they basically went a whole entire third quarter without having their offense on the field. Shough hit that 12-yard pass, then they fumble on third down, and that was just kind of the end of it after a 10-yard drive to start the half by the Rams. So just a very, very unfortunate just circumstance and just kind of a clean punch out running into the pile of defenders. Can't have it.
Yeah. Especially when you're looking for guys to step up and make a play with a rookie quarterback starting. You expect your vets like AK to be guys that's in that list. My down, I put Kool-Aid McKinstry in there. I think he had 3 touchdowns called on him today. I think the deep one from Tapuka, where that was just a wild Stafford throw in Kool-Aid's defense. But you had the one against, the 2 against Devontae Adams, where one he just kind of beat him by being a vet, and I feel like Kool-Aid barely got off the line of scrimmage, and he had the fade throw ball to him too. So yeah, he just had too many plays made on him this week to not be put in the down list. So yeah, Kool-Aid made the list this week.
Is it fair just to say like the entirety of the defense? Like I don't even know how to single anyone out because it just felt like everybody was just kind of.
I wrote Brandon Staley on my list.
Yeah, so I mean, there you go. Like, we can be in agreement on that. I mean, but it was just a painful performance to watch overall, and it just felt bullying again, and just felt like no resistance. And I mean, honestly, like there were opportunities here that I think the Rams squandered, and it could have been worse than it was, and it just felt like they were just in total control the whole entire game, converting the 3rd and longs again. Like that's disheartening. Seeing the run defense where it's at, that's disheartening. Just a nasty game, man. Just not good. Just not a good performance at all,
man. And just how they get run on. I mean, that's the thing that just makes it a really tough watch, their inability to stop the run. The last guy I would just mention, for the down, I put Kellen Moore in here.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm not seeing the offensive firepower, genius, innovator, schemer. I just want to see something from him offensively. Guys are not even getting lined up correctly. I thought the Taysom package today was disappointing. Execution isn't good. I mean, first play of the game, guy gets blown up. And so it's just, I want to see things. I understand there's a talent issue, but you can at least coach them to be in the right place and do the right thing and have the right time. And so I want to see more from Coach Moore.
Well, look, I think it's a fair point to your point too, that really the only truly like effective drive was the end of half. And one of those plays was kind of him creating something by, escaping a pocket and getting a pass out. So, I mean, look, it just didn't feel put together. Like the starting plays every single week just aren't good. They don't go anywhere. They don't put anything together. And it's just like the whole plan is like, get the ball, get started, get moving. And like, they don't there's a talent issue, sure. But within those first 15 plays, like once in a while, like something's got to come together. And that's not really happening right now. There's just a lot that feels just kind of just a little bit off, like a little bit broken, a little bit not put together. So yeah, I mean, I think it's 100% fair to have him in that category. Again, like you get fumbles and stuff like that, but I think that comes back to the coaching too, especially when it's a week after week issue. Like it's every single week you got somebody fumbling. Well, what's your ball security drill at this point? Like, me and Mike have argued about this a bunch of times where it's like, well, you shouldn't have to tell players to do that. And I agree wholeheartedly, but also anytime anything happens underneath your roof, I think it's your fault, especially if it's a repeated problem widespread across the board. I think that's something, I think there's just something off somewhere in the process. It's got to get fixed. You can't have fumbles every week. Obviously the first guy on this list was the guy who fumbled. I think Alvin expects more of himself. I think he'd put himself on the list for the fumble. I mean, he just talked about fumbles last week. Like he knows, again, I don't think anyone needs to tell him, like, so to that point of view, I get it, but also multiple fumbles, multiple times, multiple, at a certain point, it falls back at the coach's feet.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for 3 Up, 3 Down. Catch Kevin on the Members Only podcast exclusive to NewOrleans.Football members and on the weekly game stream where we live react and break down everything that we're seeing with our guy Adam as well. We'll be right back after this quick word from our sponsors. Big news from the home team. Introducing our newest sponsor, the Mortgage Brothers. With over 30 years of combined experience, the Mortgage Brothers are the quarterbacks of home lending, calling the right plays to get you across the goal line. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned vet, they'll coach you through every down and make sure you feel like part of the team. They're backed by Cross Country Mortgage, the #1 retail lender in the nation, so there's no loan playbook they can't run. FHA, VA, conventional, RD, and more. They're lifelong season ticket holders, local guys who know the field and your market, and their online application takes less than 10 minutes. Why fumble your mortgage with some online lender who's never even watched your team play? Stick with the Mortgage Brothers, the trusted pros who play to win. Mention NOF and get $500 back in lender credit toward your closing costs. That's money back in your pocket when it counts. Visit mortgagebros.money and start shopping with confidence. Because with Mortgage Brothers, it's always no flags, no fumbles, just smooth closings every single time.
Score big with kickoff combos at New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company. Don't pass on your choice of our seafood combos or our slider specials. Served with a side of garlic herb fries. Run in now for specials starting at $9.99 at New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I get Gordon?
Because when you're hurt, you need money. And I fight for the people of Southeast Louisiana every day. I got a client who injured their neck in a car wreck, $250,000. Another client was hit by a big truck and needed back surgery. I got them $700,000, and they deserved every single penny.
That's what I'm talking about. Why wouldn't I get Gordon?
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, just call me, New Orleans. Get it done.
Call 504-800-8888.
You ever take a bite of something and immediately think, yeah, I'm coming back for this? Bobby Hebert's Cajun Cannon Restaurant just added some new dishes, and man, they crushed it. The shrimp and crawfish pistolettes, golden and stuffed with bold Cajun flavor. Fried oyster tacos, crispy, fresh with the perfect kick. And the soft shell crab Alfredo, creamy, rich, and absolutely worth the order. They're open 7 days a week, and they deliver late. Bobby Hebert's Cajun Cannon Restaurant. Delicious food, superior service. Whether you are a local New Orleanian or a fan in town for the game, get your pre- and post-game fired up at Aaron Rose. Local chaos and local love for the black and gold. Wake up and live with daily drink specials, mimosas, screwdrivers, Bloody Marys, and hot or frozen Irish coffees, all just $3 or $4 between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Aaron Rose, half a block from Bourbon Street in the French Quarter, 811 Conti Street. Attention Saints fans, don't let pests and termites invade your home field. Trust the team at Red Pest Solutions to tackle those unwelcome visitors. Call the Red Man today for unbeatable pest and termite control. Score peace with no pest. Visit redpest.com, REDDPEST.com. Welcome back to NewOrleans.Football. It is now time for the Get Gordon question of the day, presented by Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Nick, please explain why opposing wide receivers are so open on third down. It's a baffling thing to me, and like they're playing with these cushions, they're playing with just playing a lot of zone, playing a lot of just soft defense in those situations, and guys are getting open underneath it, and they aren't closing quick enough. I mean, it's kind of the most frustrating thing about watching this team right now is because it feels like there's always space for these third down conversions, whereas for the Saints, it feels like there's no space. And, you know, you can blame it on the players or whatever, but like, why is there so much space on these plays? And you go back and look at them, incredibly frustrating. The other part of it is you aren't getting any pass rush. You're sending 4. You're trying to create simulated pressure. Your 4 aren't getting there. They got time to throw the ball and find those spots. Guys got time to run long developing routes, get open, and convert in those situations. It's a maddening proposition, and it's one of the most frustrating and annoying things about watching this team right now is that getting the third down kind of basically means nothing. Like 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 9, like they're just giving these up over and over and over, and guys are getting open, and it feels like they're running free without enough resistance, and it's tough to watch. I mean, it's the toughest thing about watching this team. There's a lot of tough stuff to watch. That is, without a doubt, the single most toughest thing to watch about the New Orleans Saints right now. That's got to change. You can't keep playing like this, and you got to shut down and get off the field on third down. 16 minutes of possession. I mean, that comes due to offensive ineptitude, but it's also defensive ineptitude. This was a nasty game. It's against the Rams. Don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. Don't want to jump too deep into conclusions off of the toughest game left on their schedule, but this was a measuring stick. And even if they play okay against the Panthers and the Jets and the Dolphins and whoever else, this is a measuring stick, and it's a reminder of how far away this team is. Not a lot of teams get blown out in the league. The Saints got blown out today, and it could have been way, way worse. It could have been way more embarrassing. They've taken a few of these tough losses, 44-13 to the Seahawks, 31-19 to the Bills. That was like a moral victory because it didn't feel that bad, I guess. But like 31-19 is a pretty wide margin in hindsight. And then 23-3 to the Bucks. This team is incredibly far off right now. It's not close. Don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. So I'm going to stop right there before I say they aren't building towards nothing, but they got to start showing something quick, or else it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get dark. Today felt like a dark moment, but it's the Rams. You can get right against the Panthers. Then you got the Falcons, Dolphins. Bucks are back again. Panthers again. I don't know. Maybe it's not as soft as it seems. The Panthers are playing better football than it looks, but there is a back-to-back coming up in December against the Jets and the Titans. We're gonna see. They got to start figuring some stuff out. I'm getting out of here. That's the end of the show. We'll talk to you next time.